Natasha Romanoff is one of the most deadly fighters, human fighters in the Marvel Universe. However, what would she be like if she was in the DC Universe? More specifically, what if she was Batman's daughter, his next Robin? Well, to begin this, Black Widow, or Natasha, she would have to begin her life as a trainee and a risen warrior at the League of Assassins. She would undergo an experimental process of being constantly killed and exposed to the Lazarus pit, however training her body every time she dies more and more intensely. However, eventually she does break free and manages to sneak onto a cargo ship that is heading towards Gotham City. She's around 16 at the time, and she makes it there with no issue due to her being raised by ninjas and all. She manages to survive and is mortally scarred by what happened at the League of Assassins over there. However, she knows there is no such thing as traitors in the League of Assassins, and they will eventually hunt her down and try to kill her. So, she curls up her hair and takes on a new look and escapes to Gotham City and makes it as a street rat, winning money in fights and whatnot like that. However, eventually the League of Assassins do show up and they do begin fighting her. However, she is able to take them out so easily, and it's not really much of an issue until the big brooding bad mother effer he is shows up. Batman, who has been tailing her ever since she's been getting into fights and sees that she was very easily able to take out the League of Assassins, she could be a force for good. However, she doesn't seem to be evil. She just seems to be surviving, which is where Batman meets Natasha for the first time. Batman takes her in under his wing, and at first he interrogates her and finds out what all she knows. However, she doesn't break easily, but eventually he does earn her trust, and she reveals her past of being raised by the League of Assassins and going through what they called the Green Room, and eventually escaping to Gotham. Batman says that he's sorry for her pain and sorrow and asks if she has anywhere to go, and she says no. She went through so much, and she doesn't even know if she has a real family, not at least biological anyway. And Batman looks at her, understanding this pain more than anyone else on the planet, and tells her that she could become his Robin. However, she will have to be loyal to him and promise to uphold the same vows and morals that he does. Natasha says that she will, and questions if Batman's joking, but he takes off his cowl, revealing his face as Bruce Wayne. He tells her that he's dead serious. Would she like to be his Robin, his daughter? For the first time in her life, she puts down her walls at an act of kindness from the big brooding knight and hugs him. And she, from that night on, becomes his daughter, his Robin. As months come to pass, Natasha is somewhat reformed, giving up many of the ways of the League of Assassins, however, keeping her ferocity and willingness to kill if the situation calls. However, her and Bruce are working on a way to tone down these killing tendencies. However, Bruce does understand, since he has trained with the League of Assassins, but not ever been raised by them. So he does understand where she's coming from and whatnot, and understands that the League of Assassins will also be coming after them soon. And he knows that her garbage disguise did not fool them in the slightest. So he takes it upon himself to help her with her permission and dyes her hair black with a single streak of red to remember her assassin's code. And then, after months of training in the Batcave and becoming ready, she dons the Robin costume and is now the new protector of Gotham. She and Batman go on many frivolous adventures, with her and Batman taking down Two-Face, taking down other worldly threats, until one day she finds this mysterious card that radiates black lightning. She's never seen anything like it before. Her and Batman have no clue about it, but assume it's another ploy by the Joker. And so they take it back to the lab and begin testing on it to make sure that it's not, gonna explode or something. Which Batman and her can find no clear readings on it. However, they do eventually put this on the back burner and go back to frivolous adventures, while Batman does, still keep an eye on it, but he isn't like overly. Tasha is growing into a fine Robin. She even has her custom gauntlets where she shoots batarangs and tasers, and sometimes she decides to be quick with her punishments and shoots them with a nerve shot that would activate their pain receptors a lot more than normal and knocks them out with a single punch. However, this all comes to a head on one day where they're fighting the Joker, typical hero work for them, and then the League of Assassins attacks Joker and Batman and Robin. Ra's al Ghul finally steps off of the ship along with Talia al Ghul and demands that Batman hand over Natasha as they finally figured out her super secret ultra identity. And Batman refuses, obviously. However, Natasha initially gives herself up, and Ra's tells Batman not to intervene. And so Natasha begins walking forward towards him. And as they get closer, he tells her that, there's no living traitors of the League of Assassins, and gets ready to swing his blade. She then grabs the blade of Talia and knocks her off and begins battling Ra's al Ghul. Batman then jumps in with them, taking down the ninjas and trying to make his way to his daughter. And they eventually begin battling Ra's al Ghul together. And they make sure that Natasha is the fiercest she fights ever since she left the island, and lets out all that rage on Ra's, as Batman sees it as Ra's has come back from the dead too many times, so if they kill him now, oh well, he's already had a full. Batman, for the first time in history, for the one little girl he loves, finally breaks his code and kills Ra's al Ghul, or lets her kill him. There is no resurrections anymore. It's game over. They then incarcerate the Joker and put him back in Arkham. And then they go home, feeling stronger together. However, Batman warns her that they will never cross this line again. And then when they get back there, they see the car sparking with lightning again. And they see a giant portal open up as a Batwoman who laughs with what appears to be an infinity gauntlet jumps through, ready and roaring, ready to end this whole charade. She has finally found her way back into the positive multiverse, and she is going to destroy Batman and this version of Robin.